All right. We are live. Live, live, live. And unfortunately, this stream should have had happened last night, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm doing it tonight. But, we are here. We are here. So hopefully everyone has had a good week, a good holiday weekend and whatnot. Um, I really don't recall what I did. I think did I work? Yeah, I worked a couple of days. I remember a little. Wait, I'm so confused. What is going on in chat? But anyways, we'll get into the chat. As usual, Barry Johnson is first. What's going on, Barry? And then Septian's like, "Hey, yo, hurry up. Start the stream. I'm on board. I need some money tips. Hopefully I can bring in some money tips today. Scoop's here, says he has arrived. And then, of course, I said what up to everybody who's up in the chat. And then there's my wife who's in the background, the DJ for the night. I'm confused. What I need to foresee? Who are we talking to? I'm so confused. Anyways, and oh snap, the content creator of the week right here. Holler at your boy, LaShawn. Congratulations on hitting, I believe you hit 550 last I saw. So there's a good possibility you might actually hit that 1,000 within the next 2 weeks. Pretty sure of it. Pretty sure of it, the way everything's going. But anyways, let's I guess we could get into it. First of all, does anyone remember the last stream where I talked about budget by four and basically you add up all your bills, divide it by four, and you compare it to your paycheck, and then you had, you know, by four. Well, you know what? Let me bring up my example real quick because the example is also going to show a little bit about what's going to be happening today also. So as you guys can see, basically your rent and stuff like that, add all that up, $3,000, and then it's a simple divide by four, as you guys can see, which is 750. Paycheck's 1,000, and you're left with $250 for the week. So that's literally the basics of the budget by four. And today I'm going to do a little something different. Well, not different, but I'm going to show you just a little bit more advanced stuff. I know we touched on it last week, but I'll show you guys a little bit of stuff about it this week. You know what, let me get back in the chat because I think I saw Sharky. Sharky joined us. What's going on, Sharky? Uh, Great to see you here. LaShawn is so nice in the chat and not cursing. What a guy. As a matter of fact, I don't think you curse anyway, so it's all good. And Lon, I see Lon's in the building. What's going on, Lon? Oh, snap. Tech King Mike. What's going on, Mike? Congratulations on the gender reveal. I don't know if everyone knows about it in the chat, so you could drop it in the chat to let everybody know the gender of the baby and the due date. And also try to hurry up and get your what's those things called? Registries out for everybody, so we could go ahead and start planning that now and whatnot. Anyone else joined us? Nah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, back to the budget by four. Um, Let me bring back up my Excel sheet. So last week was basically bills. This week we're going to talk a little bit about credit cards or any type of credit. I just use credit. This could be subscription services and stuff like that, but I'm just using basically credit just to get through um, to make it easier on everybody because you can't do this with like any type of bill that's outside of the normal household bills. But this is just going to be for credit. So when you see a bill, a credit card bill, normally they give you a minimum payment. So normally your minimum payment, depending on how much you have on there, can be anywhere from $25 to $50. Some credit card companies charge you, I believe it's like 3.5% divided by 12 months. which will give you your minimum payment and whatnot. So for this example, we're gonna go. I got like eight credit lines right here, but I'm just gonna put in just a couple just to show you guys. So say for instance, you got one credit card with a minimum payment of $50, right? So I'll put in $50 there. Another one will be like $25, and then another one will be like $25, right? So that's $100. Um, so right. Oh, I so showing up didn't do this right. Let me reset that. But I had to set. Okay, there we go. So anytime when you see these bills, just try to just break it down by four. So when you break it down by four, so the credit card bills per month is $100, right? Divide that by four is $25. Um, and then from the bills that we did last week, that leaves an over $225 a week uh, to play with for a week. So this is just a clear cut example. Now, let's say if you had, we're going to do credit line four. Let's say you had a $500 car payment, right? So when you break that down by four, that's $125. So in this example, let's see what it pulls up. So that's $600 a month in credit payments and whatnot. So when you divide it by four, it's $150 per week. So that leaves you with $100. Now, from what I've seen, what people normally do is when they see a minimum payment, they they'll just roll with the minimum payment and don't see nothing about it. Because when you see $25 here, $50 there, you don't think nothing too much about it. But little stuff really does add up, and it can add up in a hurry. So like just right here, we got like three credit cards and a car payment. Even though that says credit, just to let you guys know, this is all examples, but this is supposed to be like our fictitious car payment right here. So it can get a little scary. Now, some people will be like, ooh, they'll see all these little numbers here and this big number, like $600. Like, oh, I can handle it every month. But like, what if you got to get like a couch or something like that, and you get it on a 6 month payment, and it's like $250, right? But there you go. You're only left over $250. That's $850 a month. Divided by four is 212. 212.50 per week. That leaves you 37.50 per week to play with. Now, mind you, this is a fictitious budget, and it's not even including entertainment. Okay, and as a matter of fact, it's not even including gas for your vehicles or even car insurance. So technically, this budget is really a bust. Just to let you guys know. So you always have to be very careful anytime when you see uh, when you when you see stuff when you see bills monthly, because when you break it down to the week, then you start realizing like, oh snap, I got to be careful on what I spend per week and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We'll come back over, remove that, come back over here. um if anyone have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat. That would be really great. Also, just to let you guys know, if anyone wants to ask their questions on the stream, you can click the StreamYard link, which is pinned in the comments, and will be dropped again in a few minutes to answer these questions. Let me see. Let me get back up here in the chat to see what's going on. Looks like nothing. Everyone's like, oh, Septin. Oh, yes, Septin, you're definitely right. Everybody who's here, make sure to hit that like button. I'm trying to get the algorithm to pick this up and get this out there. That'd be greatly appreciated for sure. Thank you, Septin, for that reminder. LaShawn says he's going to start breaking his horrible bill by fours now. Yeah, break it down by fours and it'll be a lot easier. And you can think about it like this: like if you get a raise and your raise is $25 per week, that's not much more per month you can add to your horrible bill, because we got to keep you healthy. Yeah, we actually do need a new couch, believe it or not. But our couch is so comfy, it's hard to get rid of the thing. But we really do need a new couch for sure. Sharky's hilarious. Sharky says, "LaShawn, you should call it budgeting 420 by 4." That's great. That is great. All right, I think I see a question here. Let's see. Septien says, "So what you're saying is when you break down your bills, you can't have any margin of error." No, breaking down your bills shows you what your margin of error is, basically. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of people do live above their means. So if they were to actually run their budget and do it by the budget by 4, they'll realize that they're underwater probably about, could be anywhere between $30 a week to $100 a week. You never really know for sure. Oh, what's going on, Shay Kennedy, up in this piece? What's going on, Shay? Um, Lon has some good advice for LaShawn. Grow your own. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. And everyone's saying what's up to Shay. That's awesome. So, anyways, does anyone else have any more questions about the example that I just dropped down? Oh, also, just to let you guys know, I did drop 5 shorts. I believe 5 shorts this past week. They were really quick and easy, nothing spectacular. Really, all the stuff that we've pretty much been talking about over the last couple of weeks. Um, one, uh, can't think straight right now. The first short's basically talking about my budget by 4, which is just totally basic. Add your bills divided by 4, compared to your paycheck. That's basically it. The next short is a quick money saving tip. Basically, break down whatever you think you got to spend for like Christmas and divide it by 52. It's real easy. I even gave you guys a car insurance short, and I keep forgetting to tell you guys about this, but I had asked Mike and got Mike's permission. Several weeks ago when I talked about car insurance, Mike actually went to and got new car insurance, and he actually got a cheaper rate because, for one, I think he did a bundle package. Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. He did a bundle package plus he paid all 6 months at one time and saved like probably about $200-300 uh, off of car insurance in a 6 month time period. So I thought I'll let you guys know about that. And when he told me about that, I was extremely excited because I was, ooh, finally helped somebody. I was really excited about that. Also, the other short is credit utilization, and then I have a short for car payments. Basically, that you break that down. It's car payments is super easy. Take your car payment divided by 4 and pay that weekly payment. And believe it or not, if you pay that weekly payment every single week, you could probably save probably anywhere between 6 to 9 months. Um, well, actually, you'll pay off your car payment probably about 6 to 9 months early, doing it that way because car payments have daily interest, and the lower the principal is daily, the less interest it accumulates. Believe it or not, every single penny counts towards all that. So every single penny you save is, and goes more towards the principal as more money quicker it gets paid off for. Uh, yes, Mike confirmed that. He said, "Yep, paid it up front." Saved. Oh, you saved almost $400, and he started at the beginning of April. The next payment is in October. That's awesome. That is awesome. Septine up here says, "Some of this is common sense. Don't spend more than what your monthly bills are." That is definitely for sure. For sure. Do I have any more? Oh, my wife asked, "What do you do if you find out you're living above your means?" Uh, if you find out that you're in the red every single week, you're going to have to adjust your budget. You're going to have to start canceling stuff. Or if you totally refuse to change your lifestyle, then you're going to have to change your work habits. That's pretty much it. So one of the two or both have to change your lifestyle or your work. So one of those two definitely have got to change, or both, as a matter of fact. Septine over here says credit utilization is something that should be discussed in every high school. Yes and no. Because then I would say in every high school, people need to learn what a budget is and the basics of credit. Credit utilization probably is one of it, but that can be some more advanced. Well, nah, it's not really advanced. But yeah, credit utilization probably should be taught in every school for sure. Um, Mike also says he saved in total from Geico to Progressive almost $700. That is unbelievable. That is awesome. Sharky says he can only imagine how much an 18-wheeler insurance costs. As a matter of fact, we had got some quotes. I believe, Mike, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was like $2,000 or something like that per month with Progressive and whatnot. So, yeah. Oh, Mike already said it down here. He said 18-wheeler is about $1,800 per month. Yep, that's about right. Lon says multiple policies and paid in full can be huge money savers. I once kept a winter beater on my policy after it was gone because removing it would have raised my policy cost. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had a truck a while back, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like if I was to remove my truck, the truck was only about $150 for every 6 months, but the other cars on the policy would have went up by like $50 a month. So in all I would have saved. I don't know. It was something ridiculous. It was almost a break even. So it didn't even make sense to even take the truck off the insurance, the car insurance. So that is definitely true for sure. I don't know if I'd have kept a policy on something I didn't have, but if it helped you out, it helped you out. Septian says if you live above your means, you either work more hours a week to compensate or start cutting back on some stuff. Exactly. That's pretty much it. That's exactly what I said before. Shark is hilarious. He's like, so Flo came through for Mike. That's awesome. Um, Flo from Progressive is a pimp, getting people to sign up for that high mess, or am I thinking of the lizard? Nah, Geico. I believe Geico is higher than Progressive. Progressive can be high if you have a messed up uh, license. That's the only way Progressive can be high because I personally have Progressive and I've been with them for flipping years. They're amazing. Oh, Lon says, I think parents should better prepare their children for life. However, considering how you're bombarded with credit card offers in college, high schoolers probably should have lessons on credit. Actually, high schoolers, well, yeah, that's part of it. They just need to have a lesson on how the real life works, basically. They need to realize what a checkbook is. I don't even think today's high schoolers even know, or actually today's 20 somethings even know how to write out a check in a checkbook and actually keep what was it, the little manifest thing at the top. Well, like anytime when you write a check, you got to write down what you have in a check. That's basically what a budget is, you know. And some of these people don't know it whatsoever. Anyways, says also one thing I learned: credit does play a factor in what you pay for insurance. Yes, exactly. Uh, we are in a rebuilding phase, and our scores being higher than they were played part in it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, the funny thing about that is my insurance actually went up like $50 because they said there's something wrong with my credit. And I was like, what do you mean there's something wrong with my credit? And they didn't like the fact that I had I think it was three inquiries in a year. And so they raised it by like $50. It was a ridiculous thing ever. Is Septine ask, is Credit Karma a good resource to use? I don't use Credit Karma. I use True. Wait, let me look at my phone. I use Credit Wise from Capital One. That's what I use. Ooh, excuse me. I heard there's something wrong with Credit Karma where that it actually messes up your credit. So I really wouldn't use Credit Karma for sure. Another good place is I use Credit Wise because it's free with Capital One. Fun fact: most credit card companies and banks actually do offer free credit modern monitoring with scores. Um, it's all soft pulls. It's not a hard pull whatsoever. And I want to say that Credit Karma does hard pulls that can mess up your credit for sure. Okay, Lon and what you call it's having a talk. Sharky just basically agrees with Lon that yeah, good point. This should be taught in school. And well said, Septian. Yeah. Well, the whole school thing, from my understanding, I don't know how true this is because this man's always bringing it out there. There is a financial literacy course ran by Dave Ramsey that is taught in the schools. Um, and from what he says, it's like 48 or 49% of high schools have it. I don't know if it's true or not, but there is a course out there. I personally, his some of his plans, it's a little, it doesn't account for real world situations. I think so. That's just me personally. Uh, um, Mike says we use Wells Fargo, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the more you check your credit, the more it becomes a red flag, is what I've heard. Hard pulls. If you have too many hard pulls on your credit, it becomes a red flag and it reduces your credit score and the likelihood of you getting approved goes down with every hard pull. So like if you're going to, oh man, if you're in a rebuilding phase of your credit and you realize that I need more credit lines to get my credit score up, I highly suggest only doing that, going to a credit card company that you're pretty sure that you can get once every 6 months. If you do it every single week at multiple different banks and whatnot, your credit will drop so fast. I learned the hard way that credit inquiries, as a matter of fact, does affect your credit score a lot more than what they say. I think they say it's like 15 or 20% of your that factors into your credit score. I think it's more like 60 because it's something. Because if you get like 10 hard pulls in a month of different places, it's your credit is going to drop hardcore, big time. And also, what I this is what I've been told from banks: if you're going to buy a house or a car, and say if you're at the car dealership and the car dealership's trying to get you financing, they'll pull your credit 10 different ways to get you the best interest rate so that you can drive off with a car. I was told that those 10 hard pulls is supposedly going to count as one. But I think it only counts as one if you're going to buy a house, not like if you're going for other stuff that has to deal with credit. I think that's how it goes. Oh, and a really quick tip: if you're going to buy a car and you have to do financing, and best thing to do is to have financing set up before you go to the dealership. If you don't do that and you want to go through the dealership to get financing, you make sure to tell the people that, hey, don't pull my credit no more than one time. And if you pull it more than one time, I'm walking out of here. And they will only pull it one time, and then they'll ask you permission for the next time if you don't get approved the first time. That's exactly what I did when I got my car. Uh, so I had asked them about a couple of places, and they're like, "Well, no, we can we could try this bank." And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead and try that bank," and it actually went through. So they only pulled my credit like once to get my car. So that I thought that was pretty cool. Um, let's see. Septien says, "Damn, I was looking at credit card offers from Credit Karma, and they did a hard pull. I was wondering why my score stayed the same for 2 months. Yep, it will. And as a matter of fact, these hard pulls 2 years. 2 years, people. They will stay on your credit report for 2 years. From my understanding, there is a way to get the hard pull taken off your credit report. That's if you never got anything in return for the hard pull. So if you got denied, I believe there's a way to get it taken off. I'm not too sure about it, but it's something I have heard. But whichever way it is, I probably don't recommend to do that because it's kind of lying. Um, Septine also says yes, he heard that hard inquiries will hurt your credit score, and it comes down. Uh, Mike asks, I know this about budget by four. So, what are ways for someone can use the budget by four method to help the debt management? Okay, as a matter of fact, that's actually quite simple. Let me go back here to my example. So, mind you, this is set up for the minimum payments. If your minimum payment, let's say, is $25 per month, for like a credit card, right? Believe it or not, as long as you don't put nothing on the credit card, technically your minimum payment will start to go down. As a matter of fact, you know what? I kind of sort of lied because credit card payments do have a base minimum payment of $25 per month. So, like originally, okay, if your credit card is $50 per month, right? And as long as you don't put nothing on the card, the following month your minimum payment will actually drop. Uh, it'll drop a couple of dollars. It'll be like 45 or $42 because you made a payment from the previous month. But if you stick with um, the original minimum payment of $50 and continue to pay that per month, your debt will actually come down a lot quicker than how they have it set up for you to pay it off with minimum payments. So as long as you know you have extra money per week to deal with this, you can have a real hardcore debt reduction. Like for instance, let me pick my words carefully here. All right, so like okay, once again, here's a budget by four. The bills, all the bills right here. You have an extra $250 left over per week. Um, this is a fictitious budget. Just remember, this doesn't have everything that is in a budget. So technically, you have $250 per week, which is $1,000 per month to pay towards your creditors. So, if you have say one credit card that's like at that's at like $3,000, your extra money you can put that towards that credit card at one time because knowing how much money you have left over can help paying off your debt. Also, another fun fact with credit cards and cars, you can actually pay them weekly. You can set them up on an automatic payment per week. So, like, all right, let me put in some more numbers here. So it's like $50 for one credit line, $50 for another credit line, and say 500 for a car. That's $150 a week. You can actually set up break you could probably break that down by four. No, let me think. So if you have $250, oh here we go. Oh, I'm saying it wrong. So 4 divided by 50, believe it or not, is $12.50. So you can make the minimum payments of $12.50 on credit card one and credit card two, and then you can actually pay the minimum payment on that is $125, and then you can add $100 to this to that. So then instead of paying $125 per week, you can pay you can pay $225 per week, which can help in your debt reduction. Unfortunately, I know this example looks so totally horrible and it probably doesn't make any sense to most people. I was not actually prepared for that particular question, to believe it or not. I think I was going to go that over on the next stream, but that's pretty much how this can help you in debt reduction for sure and whatnot. So hopefully I kind of sort of help answer the question um, and whatnot. So Septine says, well, September will get house for Christmas next year. Sept will get house for Christmas next year. I don't want any more pulling. Yeah, try not to. And also, if you're trying to figure out how much to spend on a house, basically just multiply your gross income by four, and that'll usually give you a good range on a house and how much you'll and also help you in calculating how much of a down payment you'll need for the house too. Sharky says accepting you'll be fine. Just don't overcheck your credit. Exactly. Just don't overcheck your credit. Woo. Give me a second, y'all. Talking so much. Anyways, while we got a break in here, just a quick reminder. Make sure everyone hit that like button. Also, if people can actually share this out to people who need this type of information, that would be great. And make sure to tell them to hit that subscribe button because I'm going to try my best to do weekly live streams for sure. Also, if anyone's out there wanting to ask a question, you can hit it in the chat. If it's too complicated and whatnot, you can check the link. You could click the link down below that I just dropped for StreamYard to where you guys can come on. You can be audio only. You don't need a fancy computer. You don't need a Canon 90D or anything like that. Just a regular phone and headphones. Well, actually, you don't even really need headphones either. Just a phone. Just come on in, and you can ask your question if it's too complicated for the chat. Anyways, anyone else? Wait, you know what? I think one of the shorts I dropped was a credit utilization. I know we touched on it a little bit earlier. Um, but basically, in the short, I basically told everyone I was like, hey, uh, credit utilization. These big time gurus will tell you straight up that you need 30%. You need to get up to 30% and stay at 30% of credit utilization. If you guys are wondering what credit utilization is, it's basically a percentage of principal compared to your line of credit. So if you have $1,000 credit line and you have $300 on it, that's 30%. Now, mind you, I don't know why these credit gurus tell you 30%. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I actually followed it and I failed miserably with it because my credit score never went up. My credit score, as a matter of fact, when I did the whole 30% thing, it never went above a 650. I don't even think I hit 650, to be honest with you. It wasn't until I started, till I came up, until I woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just paying off stuff. And once I started paying down stuff, my credit utilization dropped. And as a matter of fact, credit utilization is the totality of all your lines of credit. So if you got 10 credit cards and they're $100 a piece and you got $300 total of credit, you got three cards maxed out at $100 a piece, that's still 30%. Even though you got seven credit cards with no balances on them, that's still bad. 30% is still totality, 30%. So once my credit utilization, as a matter of fact, started dropping, my score started going up. I believe it wasn't until I got under 20%. Once I got under 20%, my my credit score definitely jumped for sure up into the 700s. Um, and then between 20 and 10%, it kind of stayed around 680 or something like that. And then I want to say once I hit 9 and 8% credit utilization, um, yeah, my score jumped up to like a 720, 730s. And then definitely once I dropped under 5%, it jumped another 20, 30 points. So like then I was over 750, 760. So as a matter of fact, I got one of the places that's monitoring my credit that I get a free credit. One of these banks they'll send me what my credit score is per month. They just told me the other day I'm at an 819. An 819. And believe it or not, I want to say my credit utilization is at right now. I want to say it's at 2%, maybe 3%, and that's at an 819. And if my credit utilization drops down to zero, I'll probably jump maybe 5 or 6 points. But this goes to show you credit utilization is really, really important. Also, time. Time is really important too. The longer you have something uh, in good standing, the better it is for you, for sure. Oh, also, cars. Another tip with cars: if if you're a person that likes to buy cars all the time and you like to finance them all the time, believe it or not, the more you finance and pay off, the quicker these people will overlook whatever your credit score is. Because even at I think I was at a 620, about 7 8 years ago, I was able to get a car at like, I want to say it was 5 or 6%, 6.9%, and that was at a credit score with like a 630. And the only reason why I got that percentage was because I had like three other cars that were paid off for that was still showing on my credit. And that to me was totally crazy for sure. So sometimes there's some places where credit, they will overlook it. They'll overlook the score and actually look at what you've paid off. And if it's something that's in their realm, they'll give you a good rate only because you've paid that off. So it's actually pretty cool. But anyway, so do we have any more questions, comments about this and whatnot? About this budget by four. Next time, definitely for sure, I'm going to be more properly set up to show you guys how to use the budget by four to pay off debt. Um, but to do a really quick, easy recap, it's basically like, it's like you have $250 extra per week of your bills. That's $250 that you can put towards a creditor per week. And actually paying weekly on credit cards and car payments will actually get them paid off quicker for sure. Oh, and also with credit cards, you guys have to be very careful with those minimum payments on credit cards, because there's a section on the bill that if you look at it, it will show you, okay, if you pay this minimum payment for 15 years, this is how much you'll end up paying. So if you got like, say, $2,000 on your credit card and you pay nothing but the minimum payments for the next 15 years, that $2,000 you'll end up paying close to $10,000. Believe it or not. So you're paying more than $8,000 in interest. That's why it's really not good to pay minimum payments on your credit cards. I highly suggest that you try to pay a max dollar amount that's within your budget per month to pay that credit card down. Um, I want to say also there's that line that shows you if you make the minimum payments. There's another line that shows you that if you make, it's usually probably about 20 or 30% more. So like if your minimum payment is $50, and so the $50 payment will show you 15 years. That there's another line that will show you 3 years, and it's it's really stupid too. It looks stupid, but if you pay like an extra $25 per month, you can pay off that creditor in 3 years, and that's how interest works. Like just a little bit more on the principal will drop it down a lot further, and actually cuts it off by like 12 years, for sure. Lon says, I got him beat. I'm just under 800, but I stopped using credit years ago, and I had actually hurt my credit wise. I've, I guess you've closed cards for non-use and no bueno. Well, as a matter of fact, I probably got like 4 or 5 cards that I don't use that's actually still being reported. I'm surprised that they haven't been closed. I don't know why they haven't been closed, but they just love having me around. And to be honest with you, if they close my accounts, I'm not going to care. I know my score will definitely drop for sure. Um, Actually, let me think. I think those cards. Yeah, my score will probably most likely drop for sure, but it's not bothering me because I don't depend on those credit cards whatsoever to live day to day, to begin with anyway. So yeah. So anyone else have any more questions, comments, or concerns? Also remember that anyone who have a if you have a complicated question, make sure to you can actually click the StreamYard link that's in the chat. You guys can come on in and ask the complicated question because I know sometimes these questions can be uh, they can be hard to type out and to understand in the chat for sure. And it seems like today my word of the day is foreshore, or two words. So, so yeah, hopefully this information is really good. It looks like no one else have any more questions. Um, and I might actually go ahead and close it out here in a minute or so, unless someone comes up with a hard hitting question. But just to let you guys know what's coming up, I'm going to try to do a stream next weekend. Um, it should be next Saturday. If I do it, I'm not too sure yet due to scheduling conflicts and whatnot. And if it is next Saturday, it'll be about probably about 7 o'clock. Oh, Septien says he says a coworker who had I guess who's better than him said pay off a small bill every month like Netflix, and that's what I did for a year plus. Keep my utilization at 12%. Oh, you put the subscription on a credit card, and you paid it off every single month. You got to be careful with that because sometimes how to put it, I'm not a fan of paying a common bill on a credit card and then paying it off every single month because I personally don't think that helps any whatsoever because usually credit cards like to see a balance that will carry over first um, to actually they'll if they see a balance that carries over then they'll actually be more willing to give you a greater credit line increase which can then in turn um, raise your credit score because as a matter of fact along with credit utilization is also your credit line also so sometimes you can actually get higher credit lines but if they see that you're paying it off every month they will overlook you and never give you a credit line increase so I don't really suggest doing that doing that. Sharky says Septon you should go on StreamYard. Yeah, Septon, you have all these questions here all of a sudden. Yeah, you probably should go ahead and come on Sep. Something you also said you paid off the whole payment, not just the minimum payment. Yeah, I like I said, I don't know if that's good or not. For me, that's like you're you're basically putting in extra time. Like once you take the credit card, you pay one bill, and then you have to go back with your debit or checking account and pay the other bill, which was you could have just cut out the credit card and paid them directly. So it's one of those things. But if you put a subscription on a credit card because you think your checking account's going to be low at times and you don't know when, and that could be a that could be like an income problem. You probably shouldn't actually need these subscriptions, to be honest with you. Excepting you're on streamer and you can't come on. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. But anyways, go ahead and close out. Like I was saying earlier, a few minutes ago, hopefully next Saturday, most definitely will be here for sure. Or hopefully I'll be here. Don't know if that's for sure or not. But definitely the following week I will be on. So make sure you guys have that notification bell set and also make sure to check out my Twitters and whatnot because I always try to post a few hours or if not 24 hours in advance of when I do drop. Um, Also, you guys can check out my shorts that I dropped. on the channel, there's no notifications. I didn't really put them out there, but it's pretty much everything that I've talked about today and in past live streams, just so that the information is like compact and it gets out there. And also watching the shorts, you guys might have some questions, and if you have questions off these shorts, just leave the comments in the short, or you can actually DM me at Cats Meow Budget Solutions on Twitter, or even on my personal what's that thing called? My personal Twitter account, MC Locks and Life and whatnot. Lon says it depends if you're paying all your bills on a card and then you're paying it off monthly. It could get a strategy to track. I can't even say that, to stay current, but not necessarily build credit. Yeah, it could derail the building of credit for sure. But anyways, I do appreciate everyone coming out today. Hopefully everyone who came in hit that like button, and hopefully I did bring some type of knowledge to you guys. And if you guys have any questions, just make sure to you guys can either DM me or leave a comment in this video for the replay and whatnot. So I appreciate everybody who came out today. And you know what? I will. Oh, wait, one more thing before I go. Before I go, uh, in the next couple of weeks, um, I will be in this event called Video Creator Expo. I don't know why I can't talk right now. I'm sorry guys. Basically, um, it's the topic of this expo is pivoting from offline to online. I will be talking about the journey I have gone through with this channel. Um, so please make sure you guys subscribe. Also, check out Video Creator Expo on Instagram and on Twitter. I'm one of the presenters. I believe Barry has a couple of people that he's doing on his channel. Uh, Tech Valor is actually doing a segment too. It's all short segments. As a matter of fact, you guys can check the link down. It was just dropped in the chat down below. It's really this Video Creator Expo. It's basically like how to put it. If anyone's ever been to a convention and you're at the convention and you're with a group of people at the convention, not a group of people, but you're following like a guide at the convention and you're going from booth to booth to booth, checking out what they got. This is pretty much what Video Creator Expo is, YouTube style. So like, there's going to be different types of YouTubers there. I if I remember, to hear more is going to be there for sure. I think. Uh, uh, hey DJ, you want to come in and talk about all the people that's going to be there? Because confirmation. Because I believe uh, we're going to have a senator there. We're going to have different types. I believe Juan's going to be there at the expo. El Jefe is going to be there at the expo, and several other creators and whatnot are going to be at the expo, and they're all from all walks of life. This is all happening on June 19th at 10. Oh, you got.
Holla at your boy is gonna be there. He's
Oh,
gonna be presenting. Yeah,
yeah, Lashon's going to be.
LaShawn's gonna be presenting. Yeah, for like big names, it's gonna be to hear more. Tangerine, Emily D. Baker. Those are like bigger creators. Easy Computer Solutions. He's a big creator, no matter what he says. He's a big YouTuber in our eyes.
No, he's a small YouTuber in
Yeah,
the scheme
Juan
of YouTube
Bagnell
stuff.
is gonna be there as well, and yeah, those are some people that are gonna be there.
Yeah, so it's going to be hosted by what name are we using today? Simplistic.
Simplistically digital.
Yeah, what you said.
Hmm.
She's going to be the host for the event, and yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I believe it's Ben Lover Tech is actually going to be there too.
Yes, he's gonna be
He's
the last
closing it out.
presenter.
Yeah, he's closing it out, and I believe it's from 10:30 to 4. Was it?
Yeah, 10:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time to 4 p.m. Yep, it's gonna be on June 19th, which is Juneteenth, and
Yes.
starting at 10:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. The kickoff meeting, the kickoff part is going to be at 10:30, and there's going to be $100 popcorn giveaway to um, doing a worldflavor.com. So it pays to be early.
Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely. But hopefully we'll get to see all you guys out there. But just let you know, it's there is a playlist, and it's all going to be on YouTube. So that means even if you miss it, you can check out the replays. Some of these presenters who are going to be there, they're all all different types. It's not just going to be about tech and whatnot. So it is definitely going to be great for sure. Cannot wait for this. But anyways, I think I'm definitely gonna close it out this time. I'm sorry, you guys. I totally forgot about the Video Creator Expo, and I'll definitely do a reminder the next stream. Also, hopefully, well, yeah, there should be a stream next week. But anyways, thanks everyone for coming out. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for any sharing of this video or channel and whatnot. I really appreciate everybody. And you guys all have a great and wonderful day. Peace out.